As we approach the 20th anniversary of the September 11th terror attacks, communities across western Pennsylvania are finding ways to remember those lives lost. For one Irwin artist, the answer was easy. Chalk portraits of each Flight 93 victim, but doing so would be no easy task. I talked to him today about how he made it happen.
The background on this is my family and I, because we're in the Greensburg area, have been visiting the Flight 93 memorial ever since it was the chain link fence and the makeshift memorial shortly after the crash. And our most recent stop was on the 4th of July weekend. We were driving home from the Gettysburg battlefield and wanted to stop to see the Tower of Voices, which had opened since our last visit. And it was a tremendous visit in and of itself to see that. And I saw all the concrete around and had the idea that the 20th anniversary was coming up and really wanted to do something here on site to memorialize the passengers and crew who died aboard Flight 93 and saved countless other people.
How much manpower do you need when it comes to artists?
Yeah, so after coming up with the concept of wanting to do this, I said, how am I going to do it? I can't do all 40 faces myself. So I reached out to about 10 fellow chalk artists from all around the country. We have artists here from Colorado, Minnesota, Michigan, Georgia, Florida, and Pennsylvania.
Can you give us an idea of how long one person would take to chalk?
Sure. So we have 2 full days and part of tomorrow as well, Friday the 10th. And each artist has 4 faces to work on. So about two a day.
What is the most difficult part of chalking someone's face?
Trying to get the features right, trying to make sure that that we're creating a fair and accurate representation of who that person was and sort of trying to capture the life of that person as well. And so far over the over the last day and a half, we've already encountered some of the families of the passengers and crew. So yesterday I had the opportunity to meet Jason Dahl's older brother, the captain of Flight 93, and it was a touching moment, I think, for both of us, for him to see his brother recreated in a chalk portrait, and then for me to get to meet him as well. So
it must be so nice to be able to give such a touching honor to their loved ones, and then to have those family members there and seeing it in person.
Yeah, absolutely. We're always trying to create a story or tell a story when we are doing a piece in chalk, and a lot of times we're doing fun, jovial things. I think when we last talked, I had done a Dr. Seuss piece outside Norwin High School for the graduates, and this is something different. This is something meaningful to be able to remember who these people were. These portraits will be on display at least through the anniversary weekend, and depending on the weather forecast, into hopefully the early part of next week, and then their ultimate disposition we still need to figure out. Some families have already expressed interest in being able to take the portraits when they're done, so still to be determined where they're going to end up.
Right, that was the main question people were asking on social media. What happens when it rains?
Yeah. So that's why kind of how we engineered this was to be able to do these on the board. So it's like doing it on the sidewalk and looks like it on the sidewalk when you're here, but gave us the flexibility because rain's always a threat this time of year or any time of year. So there's a covering here at the visitor center where we were able to do some work yesterday.
And the Flight 93 National Memorial page is posting all of the portraits on their page as well. Those portraits hopefully will stay on the site through the weekend and into next week. And as Greenwald mentioned, some of the family members already said that they would love to take them home. So we'll keep you updated as to where they wind up.